Do I have something to say? Not really. Why I am pushed to do this then? Yesterday was a day of indulgence. It was an interesting day. It was like a day that is not supposed to happen. I didn't cook. I almost didn't move. I took a car ride then. It was a random drive. I found a way, finally, to generate some random routes. At least I would not have to think on the way where to go, which way to go. It is still random, but it's not completely random. It's something in between. It's randomly generated, but it's known. At least GPS knows where it will take us, so I just follow the GPS. It was an interesting route. Even though it wasn't too far, I haven't been many of those roads. It was not highway, as it is for the motorcycle, so they were like, yeah, some small roads. It was interesting. I enjoyed. I went to the car without any preparation, like I didn't take any food or snacks with me. So I had to come back. And because of the time that I left, because of the time it took when I was back home, it was afternoon, and that ruined all my schedule, because I would have lunch before 12 or around 12, and I didn't have anything ready to eat. And it was getting close to my other sitting session around the evening, so it was all messed up. I decided to do a sitting at least, otherwise, yeah, I would have to cook, eat, be tired, sleepy, and sitting would be even more challenging. But then after the sitting, I decided not to cook anything, just eat whatever I want. They will be all the things that I have home: cottage cheese, peanut, apple, biscuits, pumpkin seeds, some vegetables with hummus. They were like basically snacks, and I kept eating them for hours while watching YouTube. Yeah. And yesterday I realized that I'm going in a dark place. How ironic that now the light is a lot dark. Yeah. This dark place it's a familiar place. It's a known place. I know this place. I've been there so many times. It's a place that I will be pulled in without my consent. It's a place that I don't like cooking. I don't like taking shower. I don't like shaving. I don't like talking to people. I don't like working. I like sleeping. I like eating a lot. Not a lot, but I like eating in some way. It's like snacking or eating maybe comfort food. Maybe a lot of cheesy pasta, bread, those kind of things. I don't like shopping. I don't like moving. It's a time that I could call it like lazy, unproductive. It would have a lot of shame in it. In the past, this time would somehow come together with a what with having a crush on someone in close proximity. Yeah. And this was not, it's not happening as intense as it was in the past, I would say. There were times that I didn't want to work, I wasn't productive. Yeah, in maybe in last year, after the breakup, after the therapy, maybe it did not have this crush part, which I don't know. I would like to separate that like an emotional component. That is not there as strong as it used to be. But this other part that I would call it physical, because all those things that I mentioned, they're physical. Going for shopping, okay, every action has different components in it, like emotional, physical, mental, even maybe spiritual. I don't know. But some actions are in a percentage will be more close to one category than the other. So, for example, in this period that I don't like doing mental work. So that would be something work. My work is a mental work. And it's also interesting that I would not want to be physically active, but still some of those things that I will do, they would be physical. Like the main ones that we could say, sleeping and eating and watching. Like in the past, I would watch some TV series. I would keep watching. Well, what is it called? Binge watching. And now I feel like the pull is for the YouTube videos. It's a similar attraction, similar pull that I used to experience with Instagram, like unstop scrolling, a lot of content, watching people what they're doing, or watching people they're doing things. And luckily I'm not in that hole anymore for a long time, but YouTube is still something that once in a while gives me this experience. And yeah, it seems that I really enjoy people doing things, building things. Like this could be a van life and van camping. And it could be also, it seems, building new houses or constructions, like handwork, woodwork, stonework, electricity, decoration, I don't know. It seems I really enjoy watching them. For me, it's like not meditation, but what is it? Like soothing, comforting, relaxing. So, yeah, now putting all those things together, sleeping, eating comfort food, and watching those things. Like those are the three ways that I'm comforting myself. But it's weird because from what I don't have a problem. Some days ago, actually, I find that that is a problem. Not having a problem. Not having a problem, it's a problem. Not having a direction. Yeah, as I talked yesterday, there is no direction. It's like attachment and avoidance. They're collaborating much more closely now, so that's like making it a bit harder to move. Another thing about this dark side, I feel, that it takes control of what is happening. In a way, it feels like, okay, I see you're not able to do this, so I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna take it over. Because I'm gonna disrupt all of your routine, which gives you comfort. I'm gonna destroy all of it. What gives you meaning, what gives you structure, what makes you feel safe, I'm gonna take it all from you. It comes also in that flavor. And this happened in many different times, in many different transitions. Like before moving to Turkey, and before moving to Belgium from Turkey, before making a change at work. That was not easy either. I think it was also like a big change from going for studying. Yeah, it's like now actually I could already highlight four big transitions, four big changes. One of them was like from high school to university. It was changed in many different ways. It's from one side of Turkey to another side. That's a big change. It's a big change for me. And another one, it happened after 2-3 years into studying, going to Erasmus. That was also a big change. Change of country, change of culture, change of language. That was a big change. It happened at the time also. Then I would say you would expect that it would also happen when moving from school to the work, professional life. But that was such a disruptive period. I don't even know if it happened or it was just part of the whole thing. It was maybe too long that I did not even realize it. But that was a stressful period as well. I didn't have a place, a direction, nothing. I had some dreams, big dreams. I had a direction that I couldn't take a step. So that is as good as not having any direction. And yeah, then with work after 2.5 years in the work, then I moved to Belgium. There was a big one also there. So actually, what is happening is it's visible, and now while thinking, it wasn't so visible when moving from university to work, because in all other cases, I realized there is a stable period. There was a period of stability. So then it's visible when that disruption follows. You have a routine, you have a way of living, it's repeatable, etc., etc. But then there is this period comes in, the dark period, that it is disruptive. So now also while thinking, it's not so clear that if that dark period, if that one brings the change or that one comes with the change. See? In some of them it feels that it brought change, in some of them it feels that it came before change, and in some of them it feels that it came because of the change. So for example, with Erasmus or with living abroad, moving to Belgium, I knew the change ahead. I was just waiting for it. And that waiting period triggered this. But in some other cases, for example, with work, changing the work 2 years ago, making a change in the work, I didn't know the change. So it's like that side brought the change. And similarly now thinking, I think while making transition to work, it was similar. I didn't know what was the change. But eventually that took over and made it. You see? Also it feels like there is some difference there. If I know the change ahead, it's gonna come out. But it's like, prepare me for the change. Is it coming because there is a change? I don't know if it's the reason or is it like it comes out because of the preparation, or it comes out because of uncertainty, or whatever it is. Yeah. But one thing I think is it's a bit certain. that I'm not so scared. I'm not so panicked. And I'm not so panicked. It's like something maybe similar to what happened with the GPS yesterday. It was a random. It was a random route. It was my first time driving through that route. And there were points of stress. So even though it was random, but I could trust the GPS that it would finally get me through it. I was not completely lost. See? Similarly to this thing. So as I talked yesterday, there is a familiarity, and there's the discovery. So if it goes from one to another so fast, or without seeing it, or in a big move, in a big crush, it could be scary. But like if you could have one in another, it's like this GPS. You have familiarity, but you also have discoverability. So you're discovering something, or in a sense you're anchored, right? Like that change is not completely destroying you, because that change is scary, because that is you. That is like what was there before, it was you. But when the change comes and takes over, okay, it's some exaggeration. It's like a death. You're dying. A version of you that was so solid, so present, so there, it's just gone. A way of living, it's just gone. And you need to start again. There is still something I don't understand. Like the action and the actor I we see it as something like same. In theory. But in reality, that's not the case. It's like there is not enough detachment there. Still, it feels that I am doing it. So it's like the killing still happens by your own hands. And what this could mean that you may resist to it. Of course you wouldn't want to kill yourself. So that is the whole thing. Like how much is it? How much is in your hands? How much of it do you control?